Well, a new Senate report is calling for a review of rail safety in Canada. This comes weeks after an oil-laden freight train jumped the tracks and exploded in the Quebec town of Lac-Mégantic, killing 47 people. The CBC's Laura Payton is in Ottawa with the latest. So, Laura, what's in this report?
Well, it's a report by the Senate Energy and Environment Committee looking at how we move hydrocarbon, oil and gas products in Canada by rail, tankers, and pipelines. Now, the report actually they started the study in November, but they did do a bit of writing on it after the derailment in Lac-Mégantic. And they've actually compared Lac-Mégantic to the Exxon Valdez spill for tankers and saying that this might make people really sit up and take notice and make some changes to the regulations. Now, they recommend a few things, including taking a look at rail safety regulations, bringing in minimum standards for insurance for companies that operate these kinds of rail lines, and also look at phasing out some certain kinds of tankers, including the ones that were involved in the Lac-Mégantic derailment, which are known to be thinner and sometimes puncture upon derailment. Now, the report. We'll have a listen to what Grant Mitchell said about the limits of the report.
It's important to note that as long as society chooses to use hydrocarbons as a way to generate energy, they will always have to be transported. And as long as they are transported, we can never say that there will be zero risk.
So another recommendation that they've made, knowing that these things may keep happening, is to do an interactive map that will show Canadians where spills and other incidents happen, including for rail transport, tankers, and pipelines, and that would tell people what was spilled and, as soon as they can find out, how it happened.
Laura, so what actually happens next?
Well, it's important to note that this is up to the government to bring in. The committee makes recommendations, and in fact, they refer to recommendations made 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago now, by the Environment Commissioner that were never brought in, and they recommended the government adopt those. So now we sit and wait and see whether the government is going to listen to what the Senate has to say.
Laura, thanks for the latest on this.
Thank you.